Good afternoon, Sava here from Sava Talks Football, the day after the shambles before. And that's the second time I've said that this week. Another shambolic Tottenham Hotspur. I want to call it a performance, but was it? Did we perform? Today's daily thought. Look, I spend a lot of time, and look, I'm very critical of Antonio Conte because I think his football is absolutely atrocious. But this is not what today's show is going to be about. I will state, though, for the record, I do think his football is atrocious. And all of those people giving him a free pass for the style of football he plays, I just find it quite funny. I watch other teams play, and obviously other teams won't be as good as us because they don't have the likes of Kane and Son and Kulusevski. But I watch other teams being able to put string passes together. Then I watch Spurs try and do it. But yet it's not the world-class manager's fault. Yeah, I'm not so sure. Listen, if you've got a turgid style, you've got a turgid style. So fans can like it all they want. This fan does not. Anyway, moving on. I want to talk to you today. I got accused yesterday by somebody who clearly hasn't seen a lot of me on YouTube or within the Spurs community talking, saying that, why do I always say it's Conte? Why don't I ever dig out the real problem, the owners? Now, first and foremost, many of you who have seen me and followed me on Twitter or YouTube or whatever on social media for years will know I absolutely can't stand Daniel Levy and Enoch. I think they are dreadful owners from a football perspective. Are they fantastic owners from a merchandise perspective, from a marketing perspective, from a business perspective, from a branding perspective? No, they're amazing. But I'm a football fan. So from a football perspective, I can't stand them. Now, I also want to bring Paratici into this because a lot of people I see going, oh, Don Paratici, Don this, Don that. Look what he's doing. I think he has been absolutely shocking as well. Let's take a look at both of them. Let's take you back to the beginning of the window, right? Let's go back to that moment where I was told by many, many people. Yeah, sorry, excuse the French bulldog in the corner. He agrees with me, though. I was told by many people, we've got Champions League now. They're going to back Conte. This is the best manager we've had. This is the best manager we've had. People were even saying this is the best manager we've ever had. Obviously, I'd never heard of the likes of Burke and Shaw. You know what I mean? And Sir Bill Nick. But hey-ho. This is the best manager we've had in the Premier League era. He's going to back him. We've got a war chest. We're going at it. Conte's not here to finish fourth. Okay, cool. Park all that. Over to you, Paratici and Levy. What happened? We started the window with this announcement that there was 150 million to take out. There was 150 million to draw out. And lots of you that didn't quite understand it said, oh my God, 150 million plus our transfer kitty, plus whatever we make in player sales. We're going to back him. I won't name names, but all of the usual Spurs journalists got on their high horse and Spurs are going to have a window like no other. Paratici's in talks with all these players. They're going to be world class. We're going to do this. And certain people, like me, like others, not just me, there was many others sat there and went, what a load of nonsense. And because we sat there and said, what a load of nonsense, you get called negative and you get called a nonce and you get called this and a paedophile and all these weird things that have nothing to do with football. I want to sit here and go, well, hasn't that turned out to be true? So let's break this down. The war chest. People were telling me that with all those three things combined, we had 300 odd million spent on players, and that Paratici was gonna be brilliant, and that Levy was backing Conte, and that we were going on this title challenge. It's funny how people's opinions change very quickly. So at the beginning of that window, it started quite well. You've got Perisic on a free. Yeah, it's cool. All right, we've got Perisic on a free. Not really that exciting. He's 33, he's on a free, does a job. You get it. He's good to bring in for experience and in the dressing room. Cool. You then bring in Basuma, one of the top midfielders in the Premier League for the last 3-4 years. And you're thinking, hang on, we're on to something here. Yeah, what are we doing? We'll come back to his performances later. or whether or not Conte can get the best out of him, which the answer is unequivocally no at the moment. Then after that, what do we do? What did Spurs then do? We brought in Longley on loan, Richarlison for 60 million, who's not really a starter, Jed Spence, which was clearly the Daniel Levy deal, as people are calling it. You got a Doji for next year, and Fraser Forster on a free. Now, let's break this down. Let's break this down, really. First of all those people that said he was backed then shifted their opinion to, no. It's going to take 3 or 4 windows. But this is still an 8 or 9 out of 10 window. Okay, great. Let's break this down. How many of them have come into the team and made an immediate impact? Perisic, for me, has been hugely underwhelming. Can't really defend and doesn't really do a lot going forward. He's put in some nice crosses and he's got a few assists, but very underwhelming. Basuma, one of the best midfielders in the Premier League for the last few years. Why was he bought? Does he fit the Conte style now, I'm being told? He's kind of been eased in gradually. Why? He's been a Premier League midfielder for years. Why did he need to ease into a midfield that was very lightweight? So again, Paratici, what were you doing? Was that consulted with Conte? Was this the type of player Conte wanted? What's the plan? We'll come to that later. What's the effing plan? What is it? It just seems like it's a mishmash of players being thrown at him. Then we look at Forster, sub-keeper. No problem with that. Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Easy deal. Free transfer. Then Jed Spence. Clearly Conte didn't want Jed Spence. So why is Paratici buying Jed Spence? Now, before you jump in and tell me that's a Levy deal, are you telling me that between Conte and Paratici, they can't turn around to Levy and go, we don't want this player. He's not in our plans. Then you look at Richarlison. Richarlison, I was told. Great buy by Paratici. The reason we bought him is he can cover all those 3 positions. He can play in Kulu's position, Son's position, and Kane's position. Well, he's played Kulu's position. He's played Son's position. Now that he's not scoring goals and not really being effective, it's, oh, no. He can't play those positions. He's a centre forward only. Look at him for Brazil. Brilliant. So why did we spend 60 million then? Why? Again, there's nothing against Richarlison. He's okay. I particularly didn't want him. I made that very clear in the summer. I don't really think he's that good. I don't subscribe to shithousery. I know some fans see that as a positive. I don't care about it. I want talent. I want ability, technique. So when you look at all this together, how can we judge that window? How can people still sit there and say an 8, a 9, a 10 window? Really? Are there fans really saying that? Or do fans now want to retract that? Right? How can Paratici, how can he justify that window? Conte coming out and saying he's happy with that window. What's going on at this club? What is going on? If that is backing a manager, right? If that is what fans think backing a manager is, if that's what Levy and Paratici think backing a manager is, then what's going on? And Paratici, let's be really, really honest about Paratici. The likes of Sarr, again, youngster, not played for us at all. What was the point? 15 million. What was the point? You've already got Skip and then Devine coming through underneath that. What was the point? He spent, 25 million plus whatever Lamella's worth, another 20 million for Brian Hill, a player that clearly Conte won't play. Nuno didn't play him. What was he bought for? I don't get it. What was the plan with him? I don't get it. All of these people, Don Paratici, Levy, they've changed their ways. For what? Don Paratici. Yeah? Don Paratici. Emerson Royal at 30 million, 28 million, whatever it was. If that's the best right back our director of football can go across the world and find for 30 million, 28 million, we are in big trouble, people. Galini, who on earth scouted that guy? Spence, did they scout him? Basuma, what was he bought for? What was the plan? Is he a Conte player? Perisic, 33 years of age. What's the plan? The plan again. What's the plan? Him for 1 year and then a Doji? But what's the bigger plan? I don't understand it. Spence wasn't wanted. Why didn't we go out and get a proper top right wing back? Longley on loan. Why didn't we go and get a top centre half? Why didn't we go and get a established centre half? Doesn't even have to be a top one. Even someone like Anderson of Palace, good centre back, knows the league. Tarkowski, Cody, these players that are much better than Longley and Davis and Dyer. Why couldn't we have got one of them in? Some fans will tell you, we wanted Bastoni and we're waiting until next year. Bastoni's not the only centre-back in world football, right? So what's the plan, people? Levy and Paratici, for me, have been dreadful. Yes, we got Kulusevski, yeah? We went back on the last day of the transfer window in January, got a player that wasn't really being played by Juventus, and we got him. An easy transfer, yes, but an effective one. Bentancur's been okay. Again, I saw Jamie Redknapp say on Sky Sports News, on Sky yesterday, he's been revolutionary in midfield. Really? Revolutionary? Every top team we come up against, I see him outplayed. My point of all of this is, as much as I dig at Conte, and I do dig at Conte because I think his style of football is so dated, and I truly believe if his name was Jose Mourinho, fans would be calling for his head. That's what makes me laugh about the double standard of our fan base. And fans will tell me he's much better than Jose. Not what I'm seeing. And again, this isn't about them v them, but the thing is, Conte's football is turgid, right? The players we're bringing in, aren't they meant to be for this style of football? So where's the breakdown, guys? Is it Paratici? Is it Levy? Is it Conte? What I don't want to hear is, but we're third, Sava. I don't care. We're third after 11 games. Doesn't mean anything. This team is slowly going to go like that. We had a lot of easy fixtures that put us up to third. Now, any decent team we've played, we've lost or drawn to. Let's have a look at it. Even West Ham were fourth bottom, drew. Yeah? Chelsea battered us and should have won, drew. Arsenal lost. Newcastle lost. Man United lost. The easy wins have put us where we are. We will drop down that table, mark my words. And everyone will call me negative for this video, and that's absolutely fine. I'm a realist. I know a lot of you who follow me and subscribe appreciate that. Some want to watch my videos to have a go and think I'm negative. But it's the same thing. The same things are happening. Who is it? Is it Conte? Is it Levy? Is it Paratici? I'm going to sit here and say this now, and this will piss off lots of the fans who can't say anything about Conte. It's all free. If Conte is not getting the players he wanted, he's had 10 new signings as Spurs manager. If he's not getting the players he wanted that apparently can't pass the ball 5 yards and that can't play his style of football like the fans defending him suggest, then walk away. Stand up. Tell the owners this isn't right. Tell the fans I've not been backed. But when you come out and tell everyone, yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with that window. I'm happy with the direction we're going in. Then fans can't turn around and go, he's not been backed. So for me, all of them take blame. Conte for the absolute turgid football. Paratici, I think he's a shocking director of football. And Daniel Levy, just please sell the club. Please. Please just sell the club to anyone. Sell it. Give someone else a chance. Because this club is repeat behaviour year after year after year. Looks like my camera's gone. And it's back. So with that in mind, please like, please subscribe. The subscribers have been going well lately, so I really appreciate that. Got some exciting new content coming out soon. Doing some shows with some new people, with some different people in the Spurs community. Trying to vary it up. And as you'll notice, apologies, I wasn't on the Spurs corner last night. A little bit political. I might be back on there one day. I might not. But it is what it is. Guys, take care. Leave your thoughts. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, come on, you Spurs. Levy and Enoch, get out of my club.